Atifo makwaba edeba the POG political media. So the number one political channel ebano Ghana daily updates efa Ghana manyo semwa unya no be bia se POG Media so and also benya na also hu de ko na busia asa na ebebo e de ra ensema beto POG apono so no measure say subscribe to POG any day kwan so a message so be drop subscription now hit notification bell no say on saso betimi aka daily update no na wa share no for so ensa so etimi aka no so hu mamate de ko na ensembe na ene yebo de rem ensema yebo de rem ye ensema de free de oral team no aka che de ababetoja omunyumedia yewura John Dramani Mahama de show monsa no ina yenim se enche bia sa nyumai eno so betimi aba na we ya na che investigation and I say evidence bia na omuso timi gadae no omuso de ba yakoma the Attorney General and the President of Ghana John Dramani Mahama no omuso ahwe the omodesa evidence be yenkofo a omuso edin be pm e was an investigation mu and I say evidence mu ahwe ekwan ya John Dramani Mahama e de omefa so na we na amanfo edin komo say almost submit investigation and I say evidence area omunyuma enso aba na we na we na Martin Kpebu de ababetobia say oral team no enya de say begu ne ababegu china na oral no it has come to stay and they say enye agrokra na omonso ba bedi a say omonso ebeye bambo fo a omonso behwe say corruption bia so entimi nkoso ewo ena edi anim na oto aso e de nsam bi tuja efa ekwan a omode nkofo a omonso din be pie mu ewo investigation omode omefa so mese se bejebre ni abo e de ra nsam a Martin Kpebu e de betuja medase.
Well, the oral team is about to wrap up. But on circumstances why the oral team would wrap up and they'll give their report to the president and the attorney general. For us, we believe that, either we may say early days yet. But then the question remains, will the oral team continue to do their job, or when they hand over their report to the president, their job has come to an end? Folks, let's go on the line and speak to Martin Kpebu. He's a legal practitioner and a senior member of the oral team. Martin, good evening.
Evening, Mr. Anand.
Good one. Yes, how are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm well.
Wonderful. I'm not quite sure if I've kept you much longer at your night.
No.
Good one, because I know you don't sleep early. Good. Martin, first of all, sir, what we are learning is that anytime soon the oral team, your job will come to a close and then you hand over your report to the president. Take us through, first of all, the purpose on why this oral team was formed. Then we go into other stuff.
Okay. So, President Mahama, while he was president-elect, at a meeting with people who had come to congratulate him, some foreign ambassadors, etc., also indicated that many Ghanaians had been sending him messages, WhatsApp, text, etc., reporting bad deeds, malfeasance, etc., the loot that was ongoing, and some which had happened under the NPP regime. So he saw that he could no longer cope. So it occurred to him to then set up a committee to receive such complaints, because he could see that he wasn't the only person, and that, it means that people would reach out to other persons. So he wanted to have all of these complaints in one, pool, in one pool at one point. So that's how come he set up this committee. It's also instructive to know that it's already in the NDC manifesto that if they want power, they would set up an institution to do Operation Recover or Loot. So he kick-started it with the committee. So you see that the next thing is that he gave the committee a very limited mandate. That is to receive these complaints, some of which people had sent to him. They said, okay, then receive. Yours is to receive, gather, and also gather evidence that's readily available. Just receive the information and gather any evidence that they bring to you. Because you know some people, and true, what you find is that some people bring petitions. They don't have supporting documents because the persons who have caused the wrong deeds are still in office. So there are some petitions, there are no attached documents, etc. Then there are other petitions, you find all the documents attached. So we receive all. So we are not allowed to say, oh, because we are not investigating, if you bring a petition and it has evidence attached, we will say take the evidence away and bring it another time. No, we are gathering the evidence as well. And some of the evidence too is in the public domain. So like if you take National Cathedral, and some of the evidence is in the public domain.
Exactly.
So we gather that, put them together, and then wait for the stage 2 of the ORA, which is the investigation and then prosecution. Yeah, so ORA, you know, OSC has already written that, yes, it will work with ORA.
Okay.
So we'll collaborate with the OSC. I'm sure it will go for a lot of the other state institutions.
Okay.
Then we'll see what can be done.
Good one. Beautiful one. Now, Martin, would you say, therefore, that whatever that you've gathered, from the legal standpoint, and of course, you being a lawyer, could be described as premier facie or otherwise the Attorney General is yet to establish the premier facie based on the report you submit? Where do we stand?
Yes, so we see, you see, some of them, you know, there are over 800 petitions, complaints, etc.
Wow.
So it's not every case that's a full case. Some of them are information and tips. Like they can say, hey, watch this institution, Ghana Maritime Authority, or watch Ghana Ports and Harbors, people are stealing, etc. So those ones, if you say watch Ghana Ports and Harbors, people are stealing, that is not a full complaint by itself. That one is a tip, right?
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is that some of them, they are not evidence that you take straight to court. But there are others which are, we as lawyers, we deem them relevant evidence.
Yeah.
But we know that the Attorney General will also exercise his independent judgment on them. But naturally, the training we have as lawyers is largely the same.
I see.
The next thing that differentiates us is maybe further studies and experience. But a lot of the evidence we've seen, it appears to us that they are relevant and good, admissible in court.
I see. Good one. Now, Martin, some Ghanaians are also expressing the view that isn't too early that the oral team is facing off, and that's one. Number two, some are also asking questions. Do you think you've gathered enough within this very stipulated period of, say, your job is not even up to 1 month. I stand to be corrected though. But within this few period, have you been able to gather enough from the 8 years countdown from the former, the ex-Wa Addo Akuffo administration? Have you been able to gather all that worth, call it operation, recovery all loots, or still we can say there are other stuffs remain that we need to recover according to your operations?
Yeah, so naturally, it's not possible to use 1 month to gather the misdeeds that were done by Addo and his cohorts in 8 years. No, you can't use 1.5 months. I think we've been around for about 1.5 months. No, you can't. So you naturally need more time. But the thing is that, as I stated earlier, this is stage 1.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So the stage 1 is the gathering. It doesn't mean when we hand over to the president, the whole of ORA is dead. No, that's not what it means.
Okay, that was the thought of some people. So it's not dead. Okay, good.
No,
good.
We standing alone like this, and the Attorney General being also alone, and OSP being alone, is what it will be dead. So it means that we may not. It's also possible His Excellency can give an extension, but let's say right now the mandate is that when the Attorney General comes, we'll hand over. But like me, as an identifiable individual, Honorable Kujeto, T0p, Kpebu, etc., we also have meaningful roles. Like this evening, I met some other persons bringing petitions, etc. That will continue. And also, even the secretariat itself, let's say, if the Attorney General decides that ORA, we should come and be under his wing, okay? So you will see that, okay, the former ORA Secretariat now is part of the Attorney General's investigative team, or it is at OSC. But ORA is not going to die. No. It's in stages.
I see.
You will see ORA continue in different forms. And as I stated, let's repeat, the OSC has already indicated that it is willing to work with the ORA. So ORA is not going to die.
Oh,
no,
okay.
It's here to stay.
Good.
So rest assured. Yes, it's here to stay.
Good one. Now, Martin, you are an experienced senior, lawyer, part of the legal luminary. Some are saying, Ghanaians are putting it this way. Would it be right, or if you like, to establish a different court for the prosecutions of this oral issue? In other words, they are suggesting this very position on the heels of delay. So, as it were, justice delays is justice denied. In other words, John Mahama's administration is 4 years to go. Before the 4 years, people are expecting that a significant number of this exercise must achieve a certain meaningful, direction, so that it will not then sound as though the 4 years is up to the brim. Then it's like we've not prosecuted even one person. They are all, stand up to the court and all of that. So why don't we create another court to expedite prosecution? Do you tend to agree with this?
Absolutely. It's also the way to go. Setting up new court. Yes, the Chief Justice, government will make a request, and then the Chief Justice hopefully would approve it. So that, the AG, at his version, Dr. Ayine mentioned that the public tribunals will be back. They are in the
sound like huge media and if you can so a message of your people like now as own subscribe to the POG Media or me see a lot message of your post subscription why the notification bell no na just say that all said the bear a daily update no e good highway no so and as a channel no so also on sabet me aka na so one who be echo na nsema Martin Kpebu e chese o de betu dwa no na chese investigation or chain Brazil more gather some new evidence be the cathedral man penny dada Addo dankwa share Australian pon say obesi the adanase no or home investigation so the aba not also can say almost better the special court almost ne Akuffo ya almost edin be pm the ora team no evidence almost gather and better special court ne Akuffo ko ibedi na Omashe say Evídéncé&Set CPM. Abusiama is about to also 90 centimeters.
Court Act and then the regional tribunal. Yes, so that the state looting and etc. Will receive quick and swift attention. So that's the right way to go because some of the courts are choked. So we need to employ more judges and then reopen the tribunals, or even if later they change, the Attorney General changes his mind and say, okay, we should continue with the existing courts, they will increase the number of courts. So as we sit now, there are courts for galamsey, especially for galamsey. There is a court for recovery of debts owed to the state. And yes, so why not? If we bring another court for recovery of debt loot owed to the state, it's nothing new. So currently, as we speak, there is a judge whose main jurisdiction is to deal with cases where people owe the government money. So it's there. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a galamsey court. There is a tax court. And there is a court for people who steal electricity. There is a court for people who don't pay snakes. So, yes, it's nothing new for the Attorney General to say, oh, we'll open more courts. It's been ongoing over all these years.
Good one. Now, Martin, would you share this with us that all, so far from what you've uncovered, would you say that they are all politically exposed persons, or we have private, persons also involved from your recovery?
Oh, generally, the politically exposed persons need private collaborators to go hand in hand. It's usually the norm that they do hand in hand with private persons. So you find private persons, you find politically exposed persons. That's to say, when we say even politically exposed, some of them are actually even private. You see, so when you say politically exposed, let's take a minister. If the minister is the one in office, but a lot of the time, because of the nature of the job of the minister, if he's a man, his wife easily becomes a politically exposed person because she's married to a minister.
Yeah.
All right. If it's a woman, the same thing for her husband. Sometimes even going up to children. So a lot of the politically exposed persons are not public officers. They are actually private persons. Yeah.
I see. Good. Martin, before I let you go, my last question will be to ask, give us the page. How many pages of this document? And can you give us a tidbit of, some of the persons in the document, if you can share this with us? How many pages of document are we expecting? And of course, give us some, some highlights of persons you can figure out. Are you ready?
Okay, so number one, the page, we are not done full. We have this weekend to finish up. So I cannot readily mention a page. If I mention 200, then by Monday it turns out to be 450. You say I've misled you. Then number two, we don't mention individual names. We are waiting when we hand over. Oh, let's wait. I mean, we all know that there was a lot of loot. There was a lot of looting and there was a lot of loot, right?
Did you capture the POG 60 million? Is this 60 million stuff? Did you capture it?
Which one? BOG.
The BOG, the Bank of Ghana, 60 million, whatever. You recall?
The printing of money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, President Kufuor, I said President Kufuor. President JM, President Mahama had earlier said that, and Addison has questions to answer. So that one too will be there.
I see.
Right. So those ones are in the public domain.
Yeah.
Yes, those are the cases, etc. That all led to this aura. So we are putting everything together, and then when what do you call it? It's presented to the president. And then to the Attorney General, you'll hear more from us.
Good one. Martin, I have to let you go, and then we touch base with you as the group works gradually to submit your report to the president. Then we'll touch base again with you. Many thanks indeed for this very time, Martin.
You're welcome.
Good one. Martin Kpebu is a legal practitioner and also a member of the oral team. No, na Martin Ama. And the Bank of Ghana, Mokai says 60 million Ghana cedis gone. Remember, Governor Addison, get ready. We need that money back. So as you can create to me the NDC, Moy na Mokan, my friends say push. Yeah, bet me the push. I hear all the kind of roads in your money. But making kind messages, kakra. Some of them I've read it already, and so my mention George Nabafo say Jonathan. I say even if she insulted him, Ghanaians now know she was 100% right. That man called Att0rney is more than our Georgina. So I would mean repeat you how. Jonathan, is it Ahon? I say he was simply described. Oh, okay. So two of you are talking on my this time. I say he did not act far from the description made, which was factual truth. Okay. Kwesi Taylor, and so at the Adibia na mehwehwe din de buy. Nti ono so de na buy KOTI no or the aba. Nti eno na be score. Okay, Memra has a Mavis or say name, God bless you, bro. I say think the NDC should move forward to do the needful to mother Ghana. Honestly, the other banner. Also, still Doris Dogblade, also watching you from New York. Kudos for the work, for your work. Okay. And John Vega say too much bad press and controversy. Woven around the image of the IGP. I think President Mahama would flash him out. It is only a matter of time. Chill small. Okay. Emmanuel appear could be say, please, Kweku, please, I wish you would give my number. Oh, to why? Or number to who? Okay, no take or say. So Uncle Kweku, you mean one for the rest number? Abena or say, I don't know why IGP cannot arrest Att0rney after all he did yesterday and he went to Parliament today. Do we have leaders in this country? Okay. Well, so good evening, boss. I am watching you from inside Saudi Arabia. Edu enode eba Saudi Arabia. Or say Kwame Jr. or say despite Alan chairman team for 2028. Good evening, Senior Brakweku. And Mama Georgina Bar for Hope Senior Viadoye and the rest. I've been also good evening, big bro. You know this Ramdi Osman. Also good evening, Mr. Annan. I'm watching you from Spain. More fire. And Ramdi, good evening. Say okay. And or the on messages, you know, on the by my membership being so ewaha. Right? Loads of message, loads. I'm going to read them. Also, Mr. Host Kwekwanan, good evening. God bless you for the hard work you are doing for Mother Ghana. Please, I want to do small calculation for. I want you to do small calculation for me, please. I'm having 471.18 Ghana cedis in my Momo, and I send 51 cedis, and MTN give me 367.40. Please, I'm confused. I don't know the percentage they took. So why do you think I should be the one to do this? But why do you think seminars or they serious? Dominic, why would you bring this? Whilst others have their messages I need to read. Dear Annan, can you please investigate the sudden upsurge of the widespread fires all over the country? Don't you think some people are behind it? By the way, where is Asante Bedietu? Honestly, Asante Bedietu. Good evening, boss. After fire outbreaks in the say, Nyame na mekao. Ni nana ye nimse enipa shisha ase na yes ade meboana. And you see, Nyame mekwa investigate na ye bibio. State apparatus so mo. They should go and investigate. Me so meti ha me there. Good evening, boss. God bless you for your hard work. Please tell Mr. Ablakwa not to renew any passport for any MPP members. I'm Christian from Kofrodia. And also they say your rights sir. Obey renew passport. O passport so by law say say renew in. Good evening. I say, well, boss, please. Our issue on the A4 papers and the padlock does it mean government does not give A4 sheet to print exam papers? Please warn Ganata Secondary School Dodoa for us. Thank you. Last time, same year, sir, but Mr. Momonfa petition and comma the best way this issue can be resolved finally is to send a petition to the Minister for Education. Hello, Kwekwanan. As a citizen.
But as it so Bre, now penny at the POG political highway no. See embrace any military political news and any daily updates in Fengo as and also netted the air coso our mind Ghana man say when I subscribe to POG any day comes from drop subscription no hit the notification bell no said on Saturday me aka daily updates no na wa share no for so and so with me aka no so no matter the air con as on come between be and say Addo so abetimi so abo e the rather comment section now so wedding come on a POG Media man say yebeba na yenso yaba beyi wonsem na no me da se so Bre de ma POG be se